Hey neighbors, this video is part of the Tis the Season playlist. It's the first of the month playlist. I haven't done it in forever and I'm so happy to be doing it this month. There's Brenda from Rustic and Lace as our host. And this month the guest host is Lynn from Fidget DIYs. Their channel links and a link to the playlist will be in my description box below. I chose pizza pans for my theme this month, so we're going to see how we take traditional Christmas words and materials and make Christmas decor on pizza pans. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Project number 1, Not a Creature Was Stirring. And of course, we all know the infamous Christmas story. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Here's some of the supplies I'm going to use. Look at that, $15 for that magnolia paint. I got that at the Habitat for Humanity Restore. And this wood stocking, I believe, was from there as well. I made up something on my Cricut. I'll show you that in just a second. I did just a quick spray on my pizza pan. I just put it outside on the grass and give it a single coat, just to get things started, and then I'm coming in with the magnolia chalk paint to get things finished. And I want to say I did 2 coats, one vertical, one horizontal, and set it aside to dry. These are just pieces of red felt that are cinched in the middle to look like bows, and I think they did a really good job. I don't know if this came from a store or someone made this, but after I disassembled or unassembled, there was some texture that, despite my scraping and sanding, I just couldn't get rid of. So we're going to do a paint crackle on this, and that kind of goes with the whole vibe. Although we are being progressive and using our pizza pans, I'm looking at like traditional stories and traditional colors. So yeah, I'm checking out and I'm like, well, maybe I can sand away some of this texture. So I sanded, I scraped, like, nope. Okay, so I guess plan B, right? Or maybe this is plan C. This is some very thick, starting to dry out chalk paint, and it wasn't spreading the way I wanted, and you know, I'm always in a rush, so I just grabbed the acrylic paint and give a coat front and back. I did it on the back because I wasn't sure exactly if the back was going to be glued down or not. Pick your favorite mouse. Of course, they're all gray and they're very much the same looking. The box we have, my daughter's dog loves the mouse, plays with the mouse like a cat. My cat, I don't think, plays with them, but her dog plays with them. And so we have a box, white and gray. So I grabbed the gray one, and it's got little, I don't know if you can see when it shows up close, but it's got little whiskers and everything. So I made this on my Cricut. It's just like a vintage, sort of old-fashioned font, and I just wanted to do that that one line. I didn't want anything before or anything after. I thought it was pretty cool just to do that. Not a creature was stirring. And this shape and size is perfect. I did some good measuring for a change. And I didn't have any trouble making it stay. It just glides off that. I don't know if you call that carrier tape or what it is, but it's not the right size. I cut it to size, and I really like it with the grid. It's just so much easier. Now you'll see I covered this with Mod Podge, and it looks kind of whitish, but it will dry clear. Off camera, I did a coat of white, and here's the microfiber cloth that I'm going to use. But that coat of white, yeah, off camera, I don't know why. I'm just going to cut a piece off of the microfiber cloth. And that cloth was purchased at Dollar Tree. I'm going to come in with the white glue. This is a paint crackle method. I do have a paint crackle medium, but this way is less expensive and the crackles are much more noticeable. So the whole stocking is just getting a coat of white children's school glue. And I'm just going to make sure there's a good even coat on everything. That microfiber cloth is just going to go right down on top of that Mod Podge. And then I'll come in with the red, and I want to say this is acrylic paint. It keeps the brightness even mixed in with the glue, which I'm quite happy about. And it's already starting to crackle. You can see the texture popping out as it's drying. I do have a ceiling fan above my desk. Now I come in with the hairdryer. My heat tool is not working. Making sure it's on the right heat setting and see the crackles come out. Wow. I did sort of scoot it ahead, but still. What a great look. So this is the dry fit, and now it's time for some gluing. Now the mouse didn't make it back when I was gluing, but he will be back for the final reveal. He was just feeling a little shy, so I gave him a moment. The stocking holder was like a black wire, and I wrapped it around a pencil just to make it look more interesting. These little sprigs or picks of goldberries was in a bag, like a package. I think one package had red, one had gold, and who knows how long I've had it, but it was perfect for this. I wanted the gold in there because to me that's another traditional Christmas color. And now that we got the crackle in, things are dried up, I can flip the stocking over, and I'm just putting a little bit of hot glue and then using that heavy duty stapler to make it stay. Just doing a dry fit here, making sure, yes, and then using some floral wire to make a little swag with those picks. And this bow is going to go right in the middle, and I had gold and red bows. I chose the red for the contrast, and that was just in a bag with random things that I've purchased at their store. We're going to drill a few holes here. So those two holes were to hold the stocking. I'm gluing the back of the stocking to keep it flat, but I'm using this white pipe cleaner. You can't even tell, but I wrapped it around the stocking at the top there, just underneath the cloth, and then put it through those holes and twisted it in the back. Then drilled those two holes on top, and that's going to be for the hanger. This is like a pipe cleaner, but it's a branch. So flip it over, twist around the wire in the back, and when the mouse gets back, this will be complete. So, better looks during the final reveal. Project number 2, Candy Cane Christmas Sign. This is the second in our pizza pan Christmas decor signs or Christmas signs. And they always use that sticky glue for the paper there, and it's really hard to get off. But anyways, I also have this package of stencils and a surface, and that was purchased at the Habitat for Humanity Restore, just like a lot of supplies from the previous project. And I don't know, the stencil's not the best quality. I had a little bit of trouble with it. Maybe it's too old, or maybe it's just not good quality. And I apologize for the video in the last project. I'm going to back away from the mic a little bit. I can't find the foam piece that goes on top of it, and I think that's the problem. I picked up a box of candy canes while we were at the grocery store the other day, and I'm going to use those in this project. I painted the edge, the border, separately, then the middle, and did 2 good heavy coats, and there might be a spray of the clear spray paint in there too. I just get so confused about the order of them. Now, I always like to add a little bit of texture to my paint when I'm using a stencil. However, I might have used a little bit too much baking soda. My end result was quite thick, and that might have been part of the issue I had with the stencil as well. So I don't use that much paint, but the baking soda soaks it up pretty good. I think I even sprayed a little bit of water in it, but obviously not enough. But we'll just go forward. It's not my best work, and in the final reveal you'll see the AS in Christmas does not look great, and I will come back and fix that, but everything was a little bit tacky when it was time to take the pictures, so I just didn't want to mess with it. I only taped down one side of the stencil because I like to hold it down with my fingers, like you see. Now you'll notice, first it was hard to get the paint on the foam dabber, and then it was hard to get the paint off the foam dabber, and I ended up sort of dragging some of it into the open parts of the stencil. And they say you just keep going over it over and over and over, and it eventually builds up, but I don't think that was going to happen here. And I have a smaller dabber for the green, and I put the baking soda in that one as well, and again, probably too thick. I came in with one of my paint markers. That's a Funsel's marker. I had those originally. They were given to me to do a review, and I went back and bought another package because I need new ones. So I just used that to trace that shape. I didn't think it was going to come out very good with just using the stencil, so I just traced the shape. However, the red on the paint marker, I don't know, it's kind of orangey. So I just painted over it with the same concoction that I used for the Merry Christmas words. I will also come in with red and white and green, very small paintbrushes, just to try and fix up what I've got. You see me coming in with the red, just trying to fill in the paler spots. Now there where the A and S is where I should have took a closer look and sort of backed up from it, because when I was taking the final reveal pics, I was like, oh yeah, that needs to be fixed a little more. But this is like from the dawn of time, doing paint stencils on surfaces has just been a craft that everybody did, and it's only the past few years that I started adding texture to my paint or using chalk paint, and it just comes out so much better. So yeah, this was just a little oopsie, but I still like it. It's kind of like that vintagey old world kind of farmhousey, something that maybe the mom made one year for the kids because she didn't have any other decorations. Who knows? But I think I did pretty good with the green there. Now I'm just going to do turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out as far as the hooks on the canes go. And I'm just using hot glue. And the cool thing is, hey, you want a candy cane? Go ahead and pull it off and then glue another one on there. I was thinking about doing a sleigh thing. That's why I originally got the candy canes, but I like it this way. This is an old vintagey ribbon. It's the weirdest ribbon. It's like plastic in the back, so when you try and scrunch it, you literally have to fold it. It doesn't even scrunch. It's just so, thick. Thick isn't even the right word. I don't even know. But I did the awareness bow, and I did my best to crinkle it in the middle. I cut a little bit off the very end of what I do have there, and I used that to make the middle a little prettier. And I knew this would hold the shape of a dovetail nicely, so that's what I decided on to finish it up. And I came in close because I was trying to show you guys what it looks like. It's just so strange. But I mean, probably lasted forever, right? Project number 3. Oh, Christmas trees.
And the nice thing is,
I planned this to go, the words to go lower, so I would have room.
This is another pizza pan,
and I'm just using this might be tacking glue.
I've already got that paper off of there,
and then I'm going to come in
give it a wipe.
As well.
See, I'm just like throwing stuff on the pizza pan because I'm so annoyed at this
right
point.
On the pizza
I was
pan
making
part,
a beautiful
good like that.
chocolate
I hope you do too, and better looks.
Christmas ornaments, and I had done like a bunch of different coats and clear coats, and I was chalking, and I had all these pretty colors, and I would chalk it and check, and it was coming out so beautiful. And then about maybe the 3rd or 4th ornament I did, a little bit of paint came up, so I'm like, okay, I can probably fix that. And then the one after that, this whole I don't want to say like a 1/3 of all the paint on the pizza pan came up, and I almost cried. I was so upset. So I'm like, I got my trees. I was going to do something with trees, and I hadn't done it yet. So here we go. It's Oh Christmas Tree. Well, trees. Oh, I did, anyway. So I just did Oh Christmas Tree because that's the name of the song. And I like O with the H. A lot of people and a lot of products have O, just the letter O. So I actually, this was part of an image search that I unattached and only kept these 3 words. Oh, Christmas tree. So I just wanted to sort of stick that in there because we had words on the other ones. Probably could have done it a wee bit bigger, but I like the style of the font, and that's why I used it. And we're just gonna keep going because I'm tired at this point. Oh, I put the tree there at the top just to make sure there's room for a bow. That's why that was sitting there. And I'm showing this looking a lot easier than it really was, because that font is a little bit skinny, so you have to go super, super slow when you're doing it, or everything will just stick to itself. But we got it on there, and I love how it looks, and now I just have to decide how to do the trees. It's not going to be the same on either side, like left, right. It's not going to be one in the middle and the same on either side. It's just not going to be like any sort of design. It's going to be kind of random. All of these bottle brush trees have a flexible wire, and so what I do is I bend the tree sideways so that the base of the tree can be glued to the pizza pan and it's still upright. I hope that makes sense. So I just started doing it, and I was kind of like gluing it down on the fly, going, oh yeah, I think it's going to be good here, and then I would pop it down. Sometimes I did have to flatten the back, but I don't mind that it pops out a little bit because I like to see the top of the tree. And that is a dab of E6000 in the middle and hot glue around it. That should stay on there really good. Now I come in with this Mod Podge is like super runny. It came out so fast. I ended up having to scoop up a bit and put it back in the container. But I still left a good thick coat down there. And why, you ask? Am I putting a whole bunch of Mod Podge there? Well, we need snow. 'Twas the night before Christmas has snow. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I kind of know that story off by heart, but sometimes I like miss a verse here and there. But sometimes, like, just for something to do, I'll, like, say it out loud. So I'm putting the snow down on there nice and thick. It's going to be behind the trees, so I'm hoping that'll help it stay. I'm going to leave it there while the Mod Podge dries. I've been wanting to use this cute little, I don't know what you call it, like trimming. It's just a wire with these old-fashioned mittens and stockings and buttons. And I think it looks great on this project. I was like, oh wow, cute, 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 cute. So I didn't use every object, but maybe every other object. Again, a little dab of E6000 and a little bit of hot glue around it. And oh my gosh, it stayed on there so good. I have some new ribbon. There you see it. It's white, but it's very transparent, and I kind of like it. Like for this particular project, I was going to thicken it up or make it bigger, and then I was like, you know what, I kind of like it like this, like the shine comes through it from the pizza pan. So I think it's a good look. I'm just going to do an angle cut here. This is one of those faux burlaps, and they shed. Every time you cut them, you have the little fringes come off. So better look in the final review.